Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm your host, FD465.tv, bringing you yet another gem or potential gem. And this one, I think, is a must watch. So guys, as you know, cryptocurrencies are extremely risky. And thus far, the UK authorities have actually declared that they are not ideal for retail investors. So if you are viewing from the UK, please note that this video is not intended for you. Why? Because you may lose all your funds. As for the rest of the world, this information should not be treated as financial advice. If you do require financial advice, please, I know locally you may have someone who is well trained to give you financial advice. The information contained in this video is just for educational as well as entertainment purposes. And if you are new, welcome to our channel. Please consider subscribing to our channel to support us so that we can grow the channel. And if you are a returning viewer, guys, I can't thank you enough. You are the guys who keep providing us the motivation to keep going forward. And now we are in the bull run. And today we are going to bring you one project that has broken some records on Twitter and on the internet. And here I'm talking of Jito, Jito, a Solana-based project. Now, this latest project that we will be reviewing today has got a couple of things going for it. Actually, three. It's new. We know in crypto, new crypto projects launching, especially in a bull market, is actually a thing. It's a narrative because it's new. New means shiny, right? This project also focuses on liquid staking, by default, derivatives, and we know that narrative is yet to catch up. And finally, it is part of the Solana ecosystem. And for the last one, being part of the Solana system, we all know that if an ecosystem's layer 1 blockchain native coin like the Sol token is exploding as it is, it's done well, 7 to 9x within, from its all-time low to date. We then expect fireworks with any dApps or projects built on top of it. So Jito is no exception. It's new, it's for liquid staking, and it's built on Solana. What's not to like? So Jito, recently launched, is a major contributor to the Solana ecosystem through its Jito Sol liquid staking pool and its collection of maximum extractable value, or MEV. In this case, MEV standing for maximum extractable value, not minor extractable value, because those acronyms could easily be confused. Maximum extractable value describes profit opportunities attributable to the specific order of transaction execution. Another way of stating that Jito takes advantage of arbitrage opportunities within the Solana ecosystem. There you have it, arbitrage. If you have been following us, you know we have in the past shared our huge optimism for liquid staking derivatives, and I sincerely believe that crypto projects focusing on liquid staking and derivatives will have their moment when DeFi eventually comes back. It always does, but then this time could be different, could it? No one knows. Some key features for Jito: it is an open source validator client designed to create a competitive market for MEV extraction, or market extractable value extraction. The client enables auctions within each block for the opportunity to capture that block's MEV. Traders submit bids, and the highest bidders within each block can harvest available MEV, or maximum extractable value. Jito provides an efficient way to deal with spamming from MEV searchers compared to the main validator client, thanks to three main features. And those features are: we got bundles, which streamline the submission of transactions by grouping them together, which helps in reducing network congestion and improving transaction processing efficiency. Next one is the Jito block engine, which simulates every transaction combination and forwards the highest paying batch of bundles to validators. And finally, we've got the relayer, which essentially helps in filtering and verifying transactions on a separate server, thereby offloading some of the responsibilities that would otherwise fall on the validators. It then submits verified transactions to the block engine and validators. Let's move on to some value proposition for Jito. The Jito Foundation was created so that users can unlock liquidity of their staked Sol for use in Solana DeFi. The maximization of the negative impacts of maximum extractable value, because it's arbitrage, there is always the negative side of arbitrage. To equitably distribute profits, increase transparency, MEV are run through an auction open to any participant, so there is no restriction on who can participate in maximum extractable value. And users always maintain custody of their funds when interacting with Jito. Now, as you know, guys, as part of our review, we always apply our DWA, or our risk evaluation toolkit, which we've done consistently throughout this series, which is our DWA, or our risk evaluation series. So the 13 elements that we are going to be applying as part of our toolkit are decentralization, security, scaling, interoperability, project's age, project use cases, social media presence via Twitter and via Discord, the age of the project team, as well as the project's tokenomics. So let's start with decentralization first. The Jito token, which is JTO token, that's the ticker symbol, is the governance token for the Jito network, designed to decentralize decision-making within the ecosystem. The Jito token enables holders to make key decisions to shape the future of Jito network so that it continues to evolve and thrive in alignment with the needs of those it serves and, of course, of the broader Solana ecosystem. The Jito stake pool helps decentralize Solana by spreading stake across the network. As far as security is concerned, Jito's globally distributed system is designed with reliability as a top priority, recognizing downtime's critical role in validator and network security. Multiple redundancies have been implemented across the relayer and core client, guaranteeing that validators operate effectively without interruptions. Jito's MEV, or maximum extractable value solution, counters spamming on the Solana blockchain by rewarding validators more than they would receive in rewards on the Solana blockchain. Liquid staking allows users to stake tokens on a proof of stake blockchain, securing the network while retaining liquidity. Along with holding Jito stake pool manager key within a multisig, Jito also uses squads to manage upgrades to their programs. So that's on security. As far as scaling is concerned, we all know that Solana is fast, extremely fast, and while speed of transactions is great, Jito actually enjoys faster transaction speeds more than it actually requires. You don't need it to be milliseconds for that. In addition, there is no limit on the number of stakers within its pool, meaning Jito can handle growth easily. Let's move on to interoperability, where Jito network's liquid staked assets can be used across the Solana ecosystem as well as any supported chains, for example, on Injective. Social media presence via Twitter, Jito boasts just over 42,000 Twitter followers, and on Discord, just over 4,500 Discord members. The project team, there was no readily available information on the Jito project team or Jito Foundation, apart from the fact that the foundation is a company registered in the Cayman Islands. Now on some use cases for Jito, ticker symbol JTO. The JTO token is crucial for Jito's governance process to function. Governance decisions and initiatives may include setting fees of the Jito Sol stake pool, updating delegation strategies by controlling parameters of the StakeNet program, managing the treasury of Jito tokens held by the DAO and fees generated from Jito Sol, contributing to the ongoing development and improvement of Jito's protocols and products. Let's move on to tokenomics. Ticker symbol JTO, token supply 1 billion, circulating supply 11.5% because it just launched. Tokens issued at project launch is 11.5% or 115 million. Token allocation, investors 16.2%, co-contributors 24.5%, ecosystem development 25%, community growth 34.3%, airdrops 10%. By the way, those who got the airdrops, I think the minimum was valued at about 15,000. So well done to those who participated and they got the airdrops. Well deserved. According to our own analysis of Jito's token allocation, insider token allocation amounts to 40.7%, which is approaching a point where we can not issue any points, but I think this is close to the limit. Anyway, that's a brief review of what Jito is as a protocol. Now let's move on to the scoring, where we apply scores to the 13 elements that we just reviewed from 0 to 10, 0 being the minimum or the least amount of points we can give, maximum being the best or the maximum points we can issue to Jito. A quick rundown of those 13 elements are decentralization, security, scaling, interoperability, the project team, social media presence via Twitter and via Discord, age of the project, tokens issued at project launch, circulating tokens at the time of recording, as well as maximum tokens available. Do we have a hard cap? And finally, we finish with insider token allocation. So let's start with decentralization, 5 points out of 10. On security, 5 points out of 10. Interoperability, 7.5 points out of 10. On scaling, 10 points out of 10. Project team, 2.5 points out of 10. Social media presence via Twitter, 7.5 points out of 10. Social media presence via Discord, 2.5 points out of 10. And the age of the project, 2.5 points out of 10. Project use cases, 7.5 points out of 10. And tokens issued at project launch, 5 points out of 10. Tokens in circulation at the time of recording, 2.5 points out of 10. And maximum tokens available, 5 points out of 10. Inside the token allocation, according to our own analysis, it's approaching the boundary where we cannot give any points. Therefore, is the minimum we can allocate, which is 2.5 points out of 10. So those are the scores we've allocated to Jito. Do you guys agree with those scores? Let us know in the comment section. Now, the aggregate score for Jito, which is a relatively new project, it's 65 points out of 130, puts it just on the cusp of falling into the lower band, or you could go the other way and say it just crept into the higher band. Now, it is extremely risky. It's a new project. We know that because it just launched. So, do you hold Jito? Is it a project you plan to hold long term, or are you planning to get into it? If so, do you plan to use the results of our risk evaluation toolkit that we just published? Let us know in the comment section. And whilst you're down there, guys, guys, if you're new, please consider subscribing to our channel. The objective is to grow the channel, of course, and one day we might make history. You never know. Anyway, guys, that's it on Jito, the latest product from Solana. Very popular, and I think it's also riding the hype. From this call, all I can say is I think it might be slightly overvalued, but then I might be wrong. What do you think? Let us know in the comment section. Until the next video, I'm your host, FD465.tv, signing out for now. Bye.